counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son, you got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude, you got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Tommy Wortz on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome into the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here with you. Happy Sunday, getting you all set for Game 3, the series finale between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Washington Nationals. Logan Henderson, recently recalled from AAA Nashville today in place of Jacob Mizorowski, who was placed on the 15-day IL with a left tibia contusion, retroactive from July 31st. Henderson will have the start versus Brad Lord today. 12:35 first pitch from Nationals Park. How's the rest of the lineup look?
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Some shocking news this morning, as you just heard. Mizorowski placed on the 15-day IL. He will not make his start as Logan Henderson up with the Milwaukee Brewers today. Here's the lineup he has to go up against for the Washington Nationals. It'll be C.J. Abrams leading things off. He is the shortstop. James Wood, the DH, will bat second. Luis Garcia Jr., the second baseman, will bat third. Josh Bell at first base bats fourth today. Dalen Lyle in left field will bat fifth. Jose Tena, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Robert Hassel, the third, is in right field, batting seventh today. Drew Milas is the catcher, batting eighth. Jacob Young in center field will bat ninth. Now for the Milwaukee Brewers, leading things off, it is Bryce Terang at second base today. William Contreras, the catcher, will bat second. Andrew Vaughn at first base will bat third. Christian Yelich, the DH, bats fourth today. Isaac Collins in left field will bat fifth. Blake Perkins in center field will bat sixth. Anthony Siegler is the third baseman, batting seventh today. Brandon Lockridge is in right field, batting eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He is the shortstop, batting ninth. So usually what we will do is go over the first game every time in the first segment on our rewind segment here on the leadoff show. But I figured a lot of people interested in hearing what Jacob Mizorowski would have to say after the Brewers learned today, and us as fans, that he was placed on the 15-day IL with a left tibia contusion, retroactive from July 31st after he sustained the injury being struck by the ball in play from Seiya Suzuki that was off of him. If you remember, he came out, he pitched like 3 more innings after that. I do think there is something to be said about the timing where, hey, maybe they need to watch the innings on Jacob Mizorowski. Plus, after Brandon Woodruff pitches yesterday, now he can maybe come back at a different spot where you don't have to see Brandon Woodruff and Jacob Mizorowski right next to each other, although it really hasn't been a problem for the bullpen with how great Brandon Woodruff has been pitching over that time. So before we get to our rewind, I want to hear Jacob Mizorowski. He spoke to the media earlier today addressing the IL appearance now after getting struck by the ball by Seiya Suzuki in his last start.
Explain kind of what you were feeling after that last Cubs start and how it was affecting you.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't bouncing back as well as I was hoping. So, it's still a little sore from getting hit, but yeah, I mean that's about it.
Did anything come up for you in your bullpen?
No, just that it was just sore. That was it.
And it was the line drive, not the plant and throw.
No, it was the line drive. Yeah, that got me on the shin, and so yeah, wasn't fun.
How much pain? How severe do you think?
No, I mean
it is.
Yeah, they put me on the 15-day, so nothing crazy. Be ready to go on the would be the Red Series or something like that.
It's retroactive
Reds
to
or
July
Club.
31st,
Yeah,
so we're already a few days in.
Yeah,
So just the 15.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that something where having pain somewhere might make you change something elsewhere, and it's kind of safer to just
let it heal all the way.
Yeah.
It was this interview. I know it's not like you probably wanted to be able to get back out there today after your last start.
Yeah, I mean, I'm competitive. I want to play every game, so I don't think it sucks. It's not fun to sit on the bench, but at the same time, like, I don't want to go out there and not have my best stuff and, trying to win for the team. So if the best is me sitting on the bench, then that's what we got to do.
How did you feel it affecting you, like during your side sessions or your bullpen?
Yeah, I mean, it obviously did a little bit. Velo's down a little bit, but nothing crazy. So I think it's, missed 2 starts and, we'll be back to normal.
Do you think you'll stop throwing for a little bit, or you want to keep throwing through it? Yeah.
Keep throwing through it. It's I think it's just one of those things that it just has to heal on its own. So I don't think there's anything crazy you need to do with it, but other than, just working through it.
Going forward, were there concerns about innings ceiling this year, or were you just kind of going till you weren't, and will this kind of at least keep your mileage down a little bit going down the stretch? Not that you don't want to be out there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it'll help with the mileage and stuff. It's 2 starts out get knocked off. So I mean, but I don't think there was any concern with it. I think it's just go until end of the year.
How did the conversation go with the decision to go on the IL?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty quick, and I did. Murph they have an idea for me, and it was basically like, this is what it's going to be. And obviously I was trying to fight it a little bit, trying to throw, but I understand, and they're looking out for me. So
what does it mean to you that you have an organization that is looking out for you as much as they are?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think it's it's one of those things that maybe there's other ones that don't, but they're really good about it, and so happy to be here.
Is you're right at about, or maybe a little over, the most innings you've thrown in your career between this and Nashville. How does your arm and your body, aside from the shin, feel?
Yeah, great. I mean, other than the shin, I feel great, ready to go.
There is Jacob Mizorowski speaking to the media earlier today. That audio courtesy of Kurt Hogue on Twitter. As we just learned, Jacob Mizorowski heading to the 15-day IL retroactive from July 31st after being struck by the comebacker from Seiya Suzuki. Now, usually we go over the game before, but I wanted to get you guys that news and note. Yesterday, there was a lot of good news to go back and forth with the Milwaukee Brewers.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan.
Brandon Woodruff was on the bump going up against Jake Irvin of the Washington Nationals, and the offense would help out Woodruff quickly and immediately in this game. Sal Frelick would double to lead off this game. He also left this game early with a precautionary hamstring or whatever it was from him now, keeping him off the knee. I just want to make sure it's the same thing now with Sal Frelick that got him out last time, that they retroactively just pulled him out again, too. But he led the game off with a double. William Contreras would walk. Christian Yelich had a phenomenal day at the plate, and he got started in inning number 1.
And a ground ball through the right side, a base hit. Frelick will be sent around third. Here comes the throw home, and it is late. Yelich with an RBI.
It's an RBI for Christian Yelich. All highlights courtesy of FanDuel Sports Network. Then the next 2 men up, Isaac Collins and Blake Perkins, back-to-back-to-back RBI singles.
Collins into right, a base hit. See if they send Contreras. He's around third. Another play towards the plate. It's all the way through. Contreras is in. 2-0 Brewers.
My goodness.
And now Perkins goes to right, a base hit. Yelich will score and make it a 3-0 ball game.
3-0 after the first inning. Brandon Woodruff goes 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the first. Now for the top part of the second inning, Joey Ortiz would double a single from Sal Frelick, would have runners on the corners, and a double play would get a run to come across for William Contreras. It was 4-0 after 2 in Milwaukee. In the third, Christian Yelich continuing to add to his big day. First pitch of the third inning.
Fans through the gates to get a shirt. Find tickets at brewers.com/giveaways.
There's a high drive into right field. It is going to be up and over the wall. A home run on the first pitch of the third inning by Christian Yelich, number 21. No doubt about that. A change-up down and in.
21 homers on the year, leads the Milwaukee Brewers. Christian Yelich making it 5-0 heading into the bottom part of the third. We saw a walk issued early on in the third inning. Robert Hassel would hit a homer. It was the first hit Brandon Woodruff had given up in the contest. It will not be many more after that. In fact, no more after that. But a 2-run homer because of the walk would make it 5-2. Heading later on in the ball game, Brewers pitching continuing to dominate. Brandon Woodruff would pitch 6 innings. His final line looks like this: 6 innings, 1 hit, 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, just 1 walk. The command has been off the charts for Brandon Woodruff. The 8th inning is when we would see the next run come across after Blake Perkins would double. Bryce Terang getting in on the double action.
Terang into left center field. That'll split the gap. Perkins will score with ease. Terang trades places with him. The Brewers get a huge insurance run to make it 6-2.
6-2. A sacrifice fly later on from Brandon Lockridge would make it 7-2. Isaac Collins bringing across Christian Yelich in the 9th inning. The final score 8-2 in favor of Milwaukee. They now clinch the series against the Washington Nationals. The win goes to Brandon Woodruff. He is now 3-0 on the season. The loss to Jake Irvin, who went 4 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs in the contest for Washington. Brewers now 66-44 on the year, looking to get to another high watermark with a victory today to get to 23 games above 500.
Who was the MVP of the last game for the Crew? Who stood out the most? Let's find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Big day for Christian Yelich, as he went 3 for 4 with his 21st homer on the season yesterday. Christian Yelich's season line looks like this now. He's batting .260 as a .338 on base percentage with a .449 slugging. That's a .787 OPS. He's raised his OPS over 100 points since the end of May. He's been on a pretty good run since that part. Seems like Yelich is back. It was up to about 800 at the end of June, but has hovered around that line pretty much the rest of the year. He spoke to Sophia Minnaert after the game as well on FanDuel Sports Network. Here's what Christian Yelich has to say about the big victory over Washington in game number 2 of the series.
Christian, another huge day for the offense here. You guys continue to roll. You're on base 4 times, including the homer. All of your on base came on off-speed stuff. So what kind of sign is that of how you're seing the ball right now?
Yeah, we're just trying to put together good at-bats up and down the lineup and get a good pitch to hit, whether it's a fastball, breaking ball. Doesn't really matter, and we came out the gates hot, got out to an early lead, and Woody did great, going after those guys and getting through 6, and then the bullpen came in and did their thing.
First 2 games, this offense has 40 hits, just huge numbers, everyone contributing. How fun is it when the group is rolling like it is right now?
Yeah, it's always great. We're just trying to, that's what happens when you're taking good at-bat after good at-bat, and everybody's not trying to really do too much and do their own thing and, just pass the baton, and we were able to string together 2 pretty good days.
Woody turns in another quality start. He has 4 in his first 5 starts back. You know him better than anyone. What has impressed you just about the command that he has and how he's pitching for you guys right now?
Yeah, that's Woody. That's exactly what we remembered. He's picks his spots to grab his velo, and he knows how to pitch. He knows what he's doing. He's been doing it for a really long time, and it's been great to see. We're really happy to have him back, and he's been huge for us.
All right, thanks, Yali, for the time.
You got it, anytime.
There is Christian Yelich speaking to the media after the game. That audio courtesy of FanDuel Sports Network. It is the Leadoff Show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, getting you caught up on all things Brewers and Nationals ahead of game number 3 today. Brandon Woodruff as well, a great day. Has to be noted, 6 innings of work, 8 strikeouts, just the 1 hit allowed. He also spoke after the game. Here is the starting pitcher from yesterday's contest, now 3-0 on the year after his performance against the Nats yesterday.
Strikeouts for you today on fastball or sinker. Is that encouraging to you? What do you make of that?
It's good. It's a good sign for me. I try to just come out and establish the fastball and get to both sides of the plate and then make adjustments off that. So if they're on the heater, that's great. If they're not, I'm not sweating it. So no, it was good. It just I try to just read hitters. I try to throw what I think is their correct pitch, and but just knowing I use the fastball a lot. So yeah, it was that's encouraging for sure.
How angry would you say the fastball's getting?
Oh gosh, I try to just get strike one and move on from there. I don't know. Is that like a thing? Angry fastball? Is that like a...
Cookie always calls it your angry fastball.
Okay. All right. I got a little...
You've surely heard this, right?
Nah.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that was like a thing. I know Freddie's fastball. Freddie fastball.
No, you get the... No, Freddie's got his own fastball.
Okay.
Yours is the angry.
Oh, well, I didn't know that was a...
when it's at,
I didn't know that was
a
real thing, but I'll take it. Yeah.
So 96 is like maybe perturbed.
Man, honestly, any day I make it to an outing and make it out of an outing is a good day for me. So I'm having so much fun right now. Just we're playing great baseball. I'm happy to be a part of it. It's been a long time for me, so each and every time I get out there, I just try to win the game, win the day, and move on from there. So if they're angry, they're angry. If they're not, I hope I'm getting outs when they're not angry. So I just enjoy being out there with the guys and competing, and it's been fun.
What do you Does having fun like that help you succeed?
Yeah. In the past, I think you evolve as a player. And I think for me, when in 23, when the game was, when I had the shoulder issue then, and then I was out for 4 months, I started having more fun with it, and I saw some results there. And I'm not saying that's coincides with it, but it's just easier on you mentally just to go out there and have fun. And I think now as you get older, you see things a little bit differently, and then having surgery and being out almost 2 years is, like I said, each and every time I get out there, I try to have as much fun as I can while also, competing like I know I can. And it's just it's a good thing for me, for sure. So, yeah, I do think it helps.
Woody, when you watch this offense rip off 40 hits in 2 games,
right?
As a pitcher, what do you think when you see that? And, what do you think that does to the opposing team?
Man, as getting an early lead, it's one of those things where I have to come out, and not that I'm going to change the game plan or anything, but I'm ready to establish the strike zone. I have to be in the strike zone. I know they're an aggressive team, so for me it's just getting out there and trying to get quick pitching to contact, really, and letting the defense work and getting them back in as soon as possible. Because my goodness, we're firing on all cylinders. It's getting guys on, it's bunting, moving guys, it's playing the game the right way, running the bases. And when they do that, my only thing is just get out there and get off the mound as quick as possible and let these guys keep doing it. So it's been fun to watch and be a part of, for sure.
You said when you're coming back you had no expectations for how it's going to look, but so maybe not comparing it to expectations, but just what do you make of your first 5 back now?
Yeah, still no expectations. It's a weird thing for me where I just want to be healthy, and of course when I get out there the competitive mode turns on. But I'm trying to just take care of myself and finish the year strong, and I'm trying to help the team win in the process. And I don't know what to make of it. I just try to take each and every outing for what it is, and like I said, win that outing, and and move on to the next one. So if it's a good day, it's a good day. If it's not, I don't fret over it. I get to work for the next one, and still no expectations. Just go out there and play baseball.
There is Brandon Woodruff speaking to the media after the game yesterday. That audio courtesy of Kurt Hogue on Twitter. We still got to hear from the manager, Pat Murphy, after the Brewers now up 2-0 in the series over the Washington Nationals after picking up an 8-2 victory in game number 2. Here's Pat Murphy after the Brewers' victory yesterday.
Yeah, I think we did a good job. Some great at-bats. I think of Yelly and Terang right off the bat, but we had other great at-bats, Perk and Collins, and, so many great at-bats today, and just keep going. And that's good to see. Lockridge came off the bench and gave us a big sac fly in a big time with 2 strikes, and just little things in the game you see, and you're like, wow, that's it's important. Getting leadoff guy on base. Yeah.
I think you had the leadoff hitter on in almost every inning. How much does that put pressure on the pitcher?
Especially when you're behind, and when we run like we run, it does. Puts pressure on him. So yeah, it was good. Sal had to leave the game. That's a knee problem again. The same thing he had during the Chicago series, so a while back, where he missed that in 3 of the games.
What's the concern with Sal?
Yeah, it's part of his meniscus. He's had surgery on it back in 2019, and the doctors will have to tell you what they think, but it's kind of day to day right now, which is a blessing. But there's nothing to say it can't keep coming up. So last time he missed 3 games, we'll see.
Do you have imaging on it, or something?
Yeah, they have an image. Yeah, they have an image, and they saw it. They reviewed it again today. So, yeah.
Did he aggravate it on that slide when Contreras?
He did it in the box. He did it in the box. The second at bat, he felt his cleat got stuck, and that was. We can't afford to. We got Churio down for a while now. Sal, we don't exactly position player depth. We have some, but it's not as deep as we'd like. But yeah, we'll just keep rolling.
Did you guys already get the reading of the images?
It's an old image that he got, and then the doctor feels pretty confident because of the injury that it is. It's something about it's right on a suture that he had before, the spot where I'm not sure how it all ties in, but they say it's fairly common. And when you wrench it a little bit, it flares up on you. So,
what do you think of Woodruff's efficiency?
I thought he was great. He was so angry that one pitch to Hassel, and I think he realizes that I think he threw him 6 baseballs in a row, but Hassel, what a great prospect he is, and what kind of bat speed he has, and that type of thing. So I think he'd like that one back. Other than that, he was flawless. He had the 1 walk, and how many did he punch?
8.
6 innings, 8 punch. It's not bad.
What are you seeing as the stuff keeps the fastball velo keeps ticking up? Where does your mind kind of go when you see him slowly getting? Yeah,
I'm excited for him. He's worked so hard, and I'm more concerned about the command. And it's been great that he stays there even when the velo ticks up. That the command stays there. The changeup is always there. He has to have it. The cutter's a good pitch. Threw a couple curveballs today, but Woody's. He's so focused and so committed that, it's just a great thing for our team, but a great example for the young pitchers in the room like Priester and stuff like that. It carries its weight.
With pitching, obviously rotation is drastically different than it was in April, but also the situation, there's more of a surplus, especially with Gasser getting ready or making some moves. What does that mean, especially at this point in the season?
Well, it's comforting to know that, if we have an injury or somebody needs to go on the IL or whatever, that we have other guys with major league experience. But what we're trying to achieve, is not just anybody stepping in. Everybody has another pitcher that can come up and pitch. We need somebody good enough to win and give us a chance to win. I think we're lucky because we have, Gas is a little bit far away, but it's still a body at some point, hopefully September, and hopefully it's, he was really good when he pitched last year, but he's only pitched 4 or 5 major league games in his life. So
There is Pat Murphy speaking to the media after the Brewers' 8-2 victory over the Washington Nationals in game number 2 yesterday. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you. Coming up on the leadoff show on the other side, we will talk to Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. I know they have a lot of great stuff going on. SummerSlam started yesterday. Night 2 of that today. We'll get you some of the best bets getting into Brewers and Nationals game number 3. Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports going to join the show as well at 12:15. Talk about Jacob Mizorowski's stint to the IL. Now Logan Henderson up to pitch in place of Jacob Mizorowski. Other news and notes, just real quick before we get out on the other side. Brewers are now 20-6 in their last 26 road games, 8-1 in their last 9. They've won 3 in a row. The Brewers 40 hits over the first 2 games of the series, ties a franchise record for hits over a 2-game span. First time they've done it since 1992 against the Toronto Blue Jays. And then another weird, interesting note here from the game notes. Brewers are looking to sweep the season series from the Nationals today. It would mark just their 6th season sweep of a team in franchise history in a minimum of 6 games in a season. But this would be the second time they do it this season after the LA Dodgers, the Brewers going 6-0 against them. Other times they have done it. Philadelphia in 2015 is the last time we saw it before this year. They went 7-0 against the Phillies. The Marlins back in 2011, they also went 7-0 against Giants in 2008, and the Marlins again in 1998. That was the most games they won. They went 9-0 against Florida that season. Let's get to Austin Herdina over on the other side. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome back to the Leadoff Show. Tommy Wortz here with you, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get over to Austin Herdina at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, let me run down Milwaukee's lineup again for you guys here today. Bryce Terang will lead things off. He's at second base. William Contreras, the catcher, will bat second. Andrew Vaughn at first base will bat third. Christian Yelich, the DH, bats fourth. Isaac Collins in left field will bat fifth. Blake Perkins in center field will bat sixth. Anthony Siegler at third base will bat seventh today. Brandon Lockridge in right field bats eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He is the shortstop, batting ninth. Joining the show now, as he does each and every day, sportsbook manager over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. It is Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin, how are we doing today on a Sunday, my friend?
Very good, man. I just, like I said, I heard the news about Mizorowski going to the IL. Not a big fan of that, but Logan Henderson, he's been a hell of a pitcher this year.
Yeah, it's exciting to see what Henderson has for sure. Obviously, bittersweet news with Jacob Mizorowski. We played some sound earlier in the show today. It sounds like he's going to miss 2 starts. I think they're going to, say that this is also kind of part of an innings management thing after Seiya Suzuki hit the ball off his leg last time out. Just a lot of precautionary, it seems like. I am bummed. A Sunday with Miz pitching seems like the vibes will be at an all-time high, Austin.
Yeah, I would have loved to see it, but I think you're right. Take a little bit of time off. Our team is rolling right now. If he's going to take some time off, let it happen now so that he can come back and be healthy and strong the rest of the year.
Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook joining the Leadoff Show. Looking at the betting odds today, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers favored on the money line, -152. You get +107 if you take them on the 1.5 run line, and the over-under set at 8.5 today. Austin, what are we looking at over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook that you like today to get a little parlay for the people going?
I have to keep riding this Brewers team. I mean, we have the best record. The Nationals have been really poor team this year against winning record teams. I got to ride the Brewers, number one. And then I really like Logan Henderson over 4.5 strikeouts. This Nationals team continues to strike out at such a high rate. If Logan Henderson is going to be pitching 5 innings, like if we can get that out of him and he has good 5 innings, he's going to get at least 5 strikeouts. And then under 8.5 runs in the game. Like I said, it kind of goes along with the strikeouts. I just feel like this Nationals team does not hit the ball in play as much as they should. The Brewers, obviously we've been scoring a lot of runs. So
40 hits over the last 2 days here now.
I understand, but, things change, right? You can't always get that. So
I have trust issues when they put up 40 hits over 2 games. I do. Yes, I understand.
I mean, it's gambling, right? You got to take some chances. So we're going Brewers under 8.5, and Logan Henderson over 4.5 strikeouts is +350.
+350 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook on Brewers money line. Henderson over 4.5 strikeouts, and the under of 8.5. Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook joining the Leadoff Show. And how was night 1 of SummerSlam yesterday, Austin? I saw Jelly Roll fighting. We got a big night 2 up today. What else you guys got coming up over at Potawatomi? How excited are you for tonight?
Yeah, last night was a pretty fun night. As far as attendance goes, I think the room was about half full. Not as busy as it would be for a UFC event or something. But tonight is night 2, and we got John Cena, the last SummerSlam for him versus Cody Rhodes. It's gonna be fun. We got people that came in last night are definitely wrestling fans. You can see it on their shirts, and they had a good time. So if you're a wrestling fan, you want to come in tonight, come watch SummerSlam. Make your reservation if you want on Potawatomi.com. Go to Sportsbook, go to the red reservation tab, and you can see the different choices for tonight. It's just a fun event. It's something, they call it the biggest party of the summer, right? Just come on in and watch the matches and have a fun time.
Who you got tonight, Cena or Rhodes?
Oh, I don't know how much of a wrestling guy you are, but I saw Friday night John Cena kind of turned back to a face instead of a heel, and I don't know if that's a ruse or if he's really doing that. I'm gonna go with John Cena. I think he's gonna continue his run. He might continue to be the champion all year and leave the company as champ. We'll see.
Okay, well, Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. You heard it there first. One more time, his parlay for the people today. Brewers money line, the under of 8.5, and Logan Henderson over 4.5 strikeouts. That'll pay plus 350. Plus, he thinks John Cena keeps the belt tonight. All right, just a little fun tidbit for you guys as well. Austin, have a great rest of your Sunday, my friend. We'll do this again tomorrow. But in the meantime, go Brewers.
Go Brewers.
There he is, Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. One more time, his parlay for the people today. It is Brewers money line, the under of 8.5 total runs in the game, and Logan Henderson over 4.5 strikeouts. It'll pay plus 350 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? It's time for Building a Winner. Ironworkers Local 8 brings you Building a Winner. Skip the debt. Learn a trade. Apply now at iwl8.org. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8, building Milwaukee's future one beam at a time. Thanks again to Ironworkers Local 8 for being a part of the leadoff show all season long. Another rough day in the minors as far as overall day goes for the Milwaukee Brewers affiliates yesterday. We'll start things off in AAA as we always do with the sounds.
Nashville Sounds.
Now, Nashville is the good news. They win 7-5 yesterday. Craig Yoho actually picked up the victory. He's 4-1 in Nashville. His ERA is still at .80 in AAA as of right now. The Sounds were down 2-0 heading into the ninth. Then they would score 7 in the ninth inning. Jorge Alfaro had an RBI. Drew Avons picked up an RBI. 2 RBIs and 2 hits for Daz Cameron yesterday. As the the Nashville Sounds would pick up their 61st victory on the season. They are still in second place in the International League of the West Division.
Biloxi Shuckers.
Biloxi, yesterday in Double-A, they would fall to the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. In that game, we saw Cooper Pratt pick up a hit and an RBI in the contest. Not a lot of great news after that, though. Blake Burke did pick up his first career Double-A hit in the contest. Alex Cornelli picked up the loss. He's now 3-6 with a 3.65 ERA on the season.
Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
Timber Rattlers yesterday, they fell to the Lake County Captains, and in the game, not a lot of great news. Again, they put up just 5 hits in the contest. 1 run comes across in the 6th inning. Otherwise, they get pretty much shelled right now. Jason Churio actually is on the Captains as well. He had a double that would score a run as well. That was the first run for Lake County in the game. Today, Robert Gasser will be making a start for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. They're now 10 games under 500 on the season, 45-55, but exciting to see Gasser back making his rehab appearances.
Carolina Mudcats.
Carolina Mudcats yesterday falling 5-3 to the Green Jackets, and a lot of the top prospects, not a lot of action in this one. 0-4 for Luis Pena, 0-5 for Jesus Mate, Eric Batanti, no hits in the game, Jose Anderson, no hits, Filippo Di Turi, nothing to show as well. It was 5 hits in the contest yesterday for the Carolina Mudcats, none coming from any of the top affiliated guys, so not a lot of excitement today. We will see, however, that the Dominican Summer League blue team was the only team, the gold team was the only team to pick up a victory after AAA. They won 15-5. The blue team falling 3-2 to the Summer League Rays. Blue is now 22-21 on the year, while gold sits at 20-23. No new updates on the top prospects for MLB Pipeline. Still Jesus Made, Luis Pena, Cooper Pratt, Jefferson Cuero, and Logan Henderson all in the top 5. We will see Logan Henderson today as he is in place for Jacob Mizorowski after heading to the 15-day IL. This Building a Winner feature presented by Iron Workers Local 8, building Milwaukee's future one beam at a time. Another thing we do on Sundays here, we got a little bit of time before we get to Drew Wagner here on the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Sunday standings is what we like to look at. It's hard to look at the standings every day in baseball. As you know, things change, but once a week, maybe not unhealthy by any means. And the Milwaukee Brewers, a great time to look at the standings as they carry the best record in Major League Baseball right now. According to winning percentage, they are the only team with a 60% winning percentage. 66-44 stands atop of the NL Central. They were ahead of the Chicago Cubs by 2 games as the Cubs fell yesterday to the Baltimore Orioles, in which they gave up 4 runs in a game they were leading 3-0 in the 8th inning yesterday. Cubs are 64-46. Cincinnati Reds sit in 3rd place, 58-53, 8.5 games back. St. Louis 56-56, 11 games back, and Pittsburgh, the Pirates, are 19.5 games back, 47-64. Look around the rest of the National League. The Los Angeles Dodgers atop the NL West, 64-47. San Diego, 61-53 games back. The San Francisco Giants are 1 game under 500, 55-56. They are 9 back in the National League West. Arizona, 52-59. And our good friends in Colorado, I'm so sorry, 30-80 on the year, 33.5 games back in the NL West. Now for the National League East, Washington at the bottom. Brewers wrap up that series today. They are 44-66. The Atlanta Braves, what went wrong with the Braves this year? 46-63. They are 16 games back. Miami, sneaky, getting back into the mix. They are 54-55 now on the year, just 8 games back of the New York Mets, who stand atop of the NL East, 63-48, while Philadelphia a half game back, 62-48. Just a quick look at the American League. The Toronto Blue Jays and the Detroit Tigers both tied for the best record over in the American League, 65-47. Atop the AL West, it is the Houston Astros at 62-49. The Seattle Mariners made a lot of buzz, 3.5 games back of the Houston Astros after all their acquisitions via the trade deadline. They are 59-53. Worst record in the American League, the Chicago White Sox, 42-69. Tigers have an 8-game lead over second place Blue Jays, a 4-game lead in the American League East over the Boston Red Sox, and 3.5 games, as we said, for the American League West. That is the Houston Astros over the Seattle Mariners. Coming up, we're going to talk to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, pick his brain on what happened yesterday in the Brewers' victory and how they will go forward now with Jacob Mizorowski heading to the IL for at least 15 days, it sounds like here, and Logan Henderson back up with the Major League Club. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Sign your kids up now for July open tryouts at focusbaseball.com, ages 6 to 17.
Welcome back to the Leadoff Show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get over to Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports, let me run down Milwaukee's lineup again one more time for you guys here today. Bryce Terang leads things off. He's at second base. William Contreras, the catcher, will bat second. Andrew Vaughn at first base will bat third. Christian Yelich, the DH, bats fourth today. Isaac Collins in left field will bat fifth. Blake Perkins in center field will bat sixth. Anthony Siegler at third base bats seventh today. Brandon Lockridge in right field will bat eighth. Rounding things out, Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, batting ninth. Joining the show now, as he does each and every day, you can follow his work at Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter @by Andrew Wagner on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. It is Drew Wagner joining the Leadoff Show. Drew, happy Sunday. How are we today, my friend?
We're doing all right, man. We're doing all right.
Well, I have to get this mood a little bit changed, right? Because the news we heard earlier this morning, Jacob Mizorowski heading to the 15-day IL from a left shin contusion, it sounds like is the phrasing for it. Obviously, everyone pointing immediately back, and then Jacob Mizorowski saying in the sound we played earlier today that it's from when Seiya Suzuki had that ball hit off of his leg. How concerned should people be about the Jacob Mizorowski IL stint now ahead of us? And also, does this kind of feel like the Brewers get almost a little lucky in this situation where they can put him on the IL and control some of his innings for later on in the year?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the right way to look at it. I see people on Twitter talking about this being a phantom injury. Go back and watch. I mean, he took that thing pretty hard. And just why risk it? You know what? If he was pretty bruised up, it was pretty sore. There's no sense in pushing this guy too far when you have big plans for him, not just this season, but seasons beyond. It makes sense. It's the right move. No harm, no foul. Give the guy a little bit of a chance to heal up. Give him a chance to rest up too. Kind of watch those innings. It's a good move all around.
Yeah, and now Logan Henderson gets to come back up after being down in AAA Nashville. We've obviously seen Henderson a few times up at the major league level. What is going through Henderson's brain when he has to kind of spring into action and be ready to make a start after hearing that from Jacob Mizorowski? And how do you think he can showcase what he can do now in this short time frame, probably taking 2 starts away from Jacob?
I mean, he was pretty good in his limited action earlier this season. So, they're just hoping for more of the same. I think what's going through his head is, I know how to do this. I've done this before. I've had success doing it. I just need to do what I've done. It's pretty simple. I don't think he's looking at it as he has to go out there and match what Mizorowski's done, because no one can really do that. I think Henderson just goes out there with the knowledge that he's been there before and he's succeeded. And he knows what to do to get the results that he wants.
Drew, how lucky, I guess, also does it look like for the Milwaukee Brewers to not really part away with, maybe it was Henderson or Myers or any of the depth that they had in the pitching staff over the deadline now if they had a situation like this with Jacob Mizorowski?
You always hear the phrase, you can never have too much pitching. You can never have too much anything. And this is case in point. Your depth is always one phone call away from being tested, one fluke play away from being tested. We saw it earlier in the season. We're seeing it a little bit now. Granted, it isn't the rash of injuries that the Brewers had at the beginning of the season, especially to the pitching staff. But, these are some pretty key guys that you're losing, and that depth gets tested. There's a reason the Brewers hold on to their young talent, because they want to have that constant pipeline of talent ready to go, so you're not missing a beat, so you're not playing utterly shorthanded.
Yeah, and Drew Wagner joining us here from Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter @by Andrew Wagner. The depth gets tested more so now, Drew. Sal Frelick getting pulled from a precautionary reason for his knee that we saw in the last series as well. Missed 2 series ago, right? He missed just a handful of games, 3 games. And now on top of it, that's with the Jackson Chourio injury. How much is the depth going to be tested in the outfield now specifically for the Brewers?
Yeah, they've got a little coverage out there. It helps that you can put Yelich out there. But yeah, that's certainly being tested. You know, you're dipping into the reserves now. You're kind of out of that margin of error. They've got some options down there at the minor league level if need be, but you know, you're playing without some of your key guys. It hurts not having Frelick and Chourio in that lineup every day, offensively and defensively. So it's okay for the time being, but long term, you need to have those guys back.
Drew, let's talk a little bit about yesterday, and you got to point to the 2 tenured Brewers, right? Christian Yelich, Brandon Woodruff, both amazing performances. Yelich has 3 hits. Woodruff goes 6 innings again, just allows 1 hit. Which one of those is maybe a bigger deal that the Brewers got back this season? I know Yelich has been doing it pretty much all year, but also to have another guy like Brandon Woodruff, who we haven't seen in 2 years, now come into this rotation. I mean, if they have a 3-game series, Woodruff has to get one of those 3 games, it feels like now, with how he's pitching.
Yeah, it absolutely looks that way. I mean, he has established himself as one of the guys on this staff. It's been incredible to watch. We've talked about it countless times, but what Yelich has been able to do consistently this year, and granted, he got off to that slow start. He was in that slump for a while, but he's been putting together a really good season. I think that has everything to do with the fact that he's not dealing with that back on a daily basis. He's not going through the management every day. He's not going through the treatment every day. He's just going out and being able to play and not having to worry about that. And that's going to be a huge sigh of relief, and that allows you just to focus on the game.
Is that maybe because he's not relied on in the outfield as much anymore? Could this be something that hurts the Brewers? I know he's DHing today, but with Frelick and Chourio both heading now in injury protocols, it seems like they're going to need Christian Yelich to play the outfield at some points during the week.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to use him to play the outfield on a more frequent basis till those guys get straightened out. And I don't think they're overly worried about that. It's not that he's a bad left fielder. It's just that they have other options that they felt have been better. I don't think they have any concern about turning left field back over to him on a regular basis until they get healthy again. You know, you're not suffering that much of a defensive fallout. I don't think there's any concern about him, hurting his back that way. They're going to be smart about it. They're going to manage it. But I think they're very comfortable with that situation.
Drew, last question here for you. When you get 40 hits in 2 games, do you feel like, okay, well, we can't do what we did the last 2 days and it hurts the momentum? Or it's something where it's like, hey, we might as well go for 50 or 60 now because of the success they've had in the first 2 games of the series?
I mean, when you try to do something, that's when it usually the opposite happens. I wouldn't be shocked if they go out there today and they just get mowed down. That's kind of how baseball works sometimes. I think they just have to go on with the same approach. I don't think they're going out there trying to score 10 runs. They take what's given to them. They're not a bunch of sluggers that are going out there trying to clear the fence every time they step into the box. That's how they've had success this year. That's how they've built this offense. I think they just stick with that, and whatever comes, comes.
Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter @ByAndrewWagner, joining us here on the Leadoff Show as he does each and every day. Drew, thank you so much for popping on today. Have a good rest of your Sunday. We'll talk again tomorrow.
Sounds good.
There he is, Drew Wagner. Again, his Twitter @ByAndrewWagner. His work at Forbes Sports and at thefanmilwaukee.com. He hops off the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
How does the Crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Keys to the game. Got to look over to the pitching side again with Jacob Misiorowski heading to the injured list. Logan Henderson gets the late call. He will start in place of Jacob Misiorowski. The team is 4-0 in starts this year from Logan Henderson. He has gone at least 5 innings in all of his outings. He has not given up more than 5 hits or more than 2 earned runs in any of those contests. He has struck out at least 6 as well in all of those games. Logan Henderson, stay the course. Make sure you don't get hurt now, too. Gosh, we just don't need another injury for these Milwaukee Brewers right now. Getting a little nervous about the injury situation. I know the depth has been great for Milwaukee this year, but if they don't have Frelick, Churio, and Miz all now at a point during the season, do not worry. Do not look further down than that stretch of the season, because it is a little bit of a silver lining. Much better to be at this point in August, giving guys 2 weeks off during the stretch, as opposed to at the end of September, early October. So hopefully everything works out and runs its course after this stretch right here. But again, a little nervous about how many injuries happening for the Milwaukee Brewers. That's going to do it for us here on the Leadoff Show. We will be back tomorrow as the Brewers are set to take on the Atlanta Braves. We'll be live from the Wisconsin State Fair as well. So if you're at the Wisconsin State Fair, come say hi over by the Expo building. Got a nice little booth and tent over there that people come by, say hi. It was a great time just a couple of days ago when we did that on Friday. We'll be back Monday through Wednesday. I'll be down there Monday and Tuesday. Steve Sparky Pfeiffer will be in for me at the fair. I will still be on the show on Wednesday the 6th. Brewers Nationals, game number 3 today. Logan Henderson going up against Brad Lord. We are out of time. I will see you guys again tomorrow, 5 o'clock, the leadoff show immediately following Wisconsin Sports Daily. Live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Don't forget, send them home.